بتجاش يكسكن بصوت إيش بتجا كيتان كتجا أو hear ye, to all you entities, police, FBI, Homeland Security, Donald Trump's MAGA, Biden, Democrats, Democracy, Republican, United Nations, New World Order, Rothschilds, Russia, China, oligarchs, Jesuit order, you, Jesuit order. Look here, Jesuit man, woman, entity. You are not living as we agreed. Now I will share this transcript right here. Also there, you put out fugitive warrants on me. Tried to capitalize my name. This is not the republic right here. This is an entity. And there's these judges right here. They're in dishonorable Jerome J. Richards, County Court Judge in Bombay, Town Court, Franklin County, Benjamin Franklin County. These people are not supposed to be working, employed. They're supposed to be hung for their participation in trying to prosecute a living man. And it's called fraud upon the court when you do this right here. So you have to learn how to speak up in the court. This is called a transcript. There's supposed to be a woman, man transcribing this document. So I'm showing you something there. Over there at California. What's your name? That Chinese lady over there at Siskiyou County Court, Superior Court. I'm still waiting for my other transcripts like this. Okay, here. So the court starts out. How do you pronounce your name? The defendant, Nine. Small letters, I tell him. And I speak in Tenek Eche Hatzzi. Tenek et Tenen Schnet Hodichin in Slibit Ani Bushes Chin. There's a son that should change this. Mr. Nine, I don't speak your language. I apologize for that. So you're going to have to speak in English because we have a stenographer who is taking everything down, okay? Me, I say, you have a translator. Court, I don't have a translator. I asked for a translator. You seem to speak and understand the English language very well. It's secondary. It's a third language, I say. Well, what's your second language? Navajo is my first and only language. What's your second language? I understand, and I understand very well Navajo first. I don't understand these Roman laws very good. Well, look at this court isn't the court that's the center of your trouble right now. Okay? So you have choices, and it doesn't matter to me which choice you choose. You can cooperate here, or I will simply send you back to the jail. You will stay there until the district attorney gets a governor's warrant. And that was these people was Eric T. Schneiderman, Hector Balderas, and there was some sheriffs involved in all this. Andrew Como, Susana Martinez out of New Mexico that were trying to say there's a governor's warrant out for. And when they get a governor's warrant, New Mexico will come and get you and you won't appear in court at all. They will just come and get you. They will take you back to New Mexico. And I said, bullshit. I finished my case here first. You have to finish your case here first, he says. I say, yes. And now in the court, in the meantime, as long as you're held in jail, when you eventually get back to New Mexico, you don't get any credit for the jail time that you served here. Me, I say, right here, there's no fucking jurisdiction. You don't have none. There's a problem with jurisdiction. I challenge the jurisdiction. There's called a two-row wampum treaty belt. And I wish to keep my rights sovereign. Lakota Dene. I am not corporate number. I carry this Lakota International Passport driver license. I am not a corporate number. I don't participate in the franchise court or the state of New York Incorporated, or in partnership with the court judicial system of New York or the United States Incorporated. DUNS number 10009. 4 zeros. I have paperwork to give you to show my proof of who I am. I returned to the warrants back to New Mexico. I don't live as a corporate number, fictitious entity. I am a live living man, and this is at your Supreme Court, Albany. I have immunity, diplomat immunity. Now, I can give you all a copy of this. Any of you police people, CIA, FBI, Donald Trump, everybody got served with this case right here. You guys are on the late show out here in Navajo Nation. The Lakota knows all this right here. You guys are acting too far into treason with the enemy. You're in bed with your enemy. So I still have this proof of my documentation. Whenever any of you wants it, email me, NIINEE1868@gmail.com. I'm getting ready to send this off to New Mexico again to remind Michelle Lujan Grisham and Hector Balderas that you're all on my lands. And you guys are all entities on my lands. I am a live, living man. And this is at your Supreme Court, Albany. I have immunity, diplomat immunity. Now, I speak right here in Diné again. And then I say this again in English. I say in my language what these people are. So Diné. Betsit let so danalini. Betsit le jini. Betsit es adat eton ne shiki elta betsita. So right there, you say this in Diné etche. You call out their soul right here. If I'm that, I have a living authority to call out the entity to pay me. And that's what I'm doing right here. Pay me. You're an entity at the mouth of the river, at the head of Turtle Island. Pay me. I say that. And if you don't, I call out your soul in payment. Inapahale. This right here. It's what these people at New York and the Iroquois attempted to do. They set me all up, all of these people, agents. So I'm over here at Chindley and Window Rock. And do you think I trust you when you don't even know none of this stuff right here? Only you start, hey. Too busy at the casino, drunk, hungover, chasing that dollar off the cliff. So right here, defendant Nene, he says, hear ye, hear ye. Call out your soul. Notice to the agent. Notice to the principal. Notice to the agent. Notice to the agent is notice to the principal. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. I call out your soul in payment for payment. Me, not Jesuit, right there. Me, not Jesuit. These motherfuckers are Jesuit order. All of them are. All these motherfuckers. Me, not Roman law. Me, sovereign. Dene, Lakota, right there. Lakota. Iwelehele, hapelo, oyate, womakiayelo, hopo, hopo. Doche, I helped you. Iroquois, I helped you. Me, not Jesuit. Me, not Roman law. Me, sovereign. Lakota, oyate, nacha. Iroquois, put beads on this finger right here. 6 of them, strands. They told me when I lifted up that you would listen. Here's the day of truth today to see if you will listen. Show me where you have jurisdiction, Richard's judge. Black robe, priest, cardinal, Jesuit. Show me how you have the clan mother's authority. Right there. Show me where they signed the document in 1948 to make the statute and code 232 and 233 under Title 25, subsection 232 and 233. You will see that this has never been signed. It's not positive law, not positive code, not positive statute. So I challenged their jurisdiction right here. Show it to me. What you're saying that Lakota and the Iroquois and the Dene, me right here, we gave up our authority somewhere in 1948. That we went along with the head over here, the Iroquois, to usurp our own authority as supreme authority here on Turtle Island. So right here, and say burden of proof is on you, motherfucker. Show it to me. Same as I do in New Mexico. I made them show it to me too. Same as I set precedent in New Mexico. Same as I set precedents in Oregon. South Dakota too. I wish you to keep this into your records. Yeah, we can keep it. So I submitted it all on the record. And I tell them file it, stamp it, receive it, and I want copy back. Copies of it all back. All these precedent cases, my passport, the 2-row, everything. Okay. He says, the court says, okay, right there. So I guess what we're back to is whether you want to waive your right to go back to New Mexico by a governor's warrant or the defendant. I don't waive shit, nothing, sir. Okay, I don't wish to participate in the franchise court system. All right, so I'm going to remand you to the custody of the correctional facility, Mr. Pasqua. Fish, Pasqua, Fish. have to contact New Mexico to obtain a governor's warrant. So the judge is telling this idiot what to do. And we will see what happens from there. Pasqua, yes, sir, Your Honor. I contacted the governor already. Susana Martinez. Treason. You don't hear of her much around anywhere, do you? Maybe she's a clone today. But when you commit treason at this level, this fucker's hung. These kind of people are hung for going against the big law, the Turo Wampum Treaty Belt, the Rosetta Stone, the Chanupa. I already contacted the Susana Martinez. They know I'm here challenging their jurisdiction, just like I challenging yours. The court case is a precedent. The state of New Mexico versus DINE. The judge already dismissed the case for lack of jurisdiction and sanctioned the state of New Mexico. It's on record. Look it up. I charged the state of New Mexico corporation for genocide, crimes against humanity, human trafficking, on and on. Violations of treaty law, international treaty laws, United States treaty laws, false imprisonment, loss of life. He wants out. Now look, giving him too much, Richards. We will adjourn this until, and me, I cut him off. Your Roman Pope has already washed his hands and restored the Constitution for the United States, for America. September 2015. Abide by your Article 6, Constitution, Section 2. Treaties are the supreme law of the land. The neck at you. I speak in Tenebazad here. Again, I call out souls. The court will adjourn this until October 11th at 9:15 in the morning to allow the state of New Mexico to provide the governor of the state of New York, Andrew Cuomo, with a governor's warrant. The defendants remanded in the meantime. Defendant, one more thing. I wish to have a police officer, one that is of land jurisdiction, one that has authority on land, a sheriff under the oath for the United States Constitution, not of one that is. I invoke an oath to ask him, I invoke their oath to ask them to help me and protect the living man and the living woman, the living children. I invoke your oath under Article 3, Section 2, jurisdiction. For you, Carlton Jim, any of you, Chinley Police Department, Pinion, Window Rock, protect the living man, living woman, living children. I ask to make a police report for kidnapping me and obstruction of justice. Okay. Against the Regis Mohawk Tribal Police Department. Thank you. I, Aaron R. Keniston, Court Reporter, 4th Judicial District, State of New York, do hereby certify that the foregoing is a true and accurate transcript of my stenographic notes from the proceedings had therein. Am I making myself clear, Chinley, Window Rock, Boo Nygren, Rochelle Montoya, Ronald Silversmith? You are not the supreme authority here. Nene is, under his clan mother, a son, Naze. While I'm fighting all these court cases, trying to help you to have some federal monies, you're not helping me. You don't. Bo Nygren didn't fight no genocide case. This what I'm reading to you is what's paying you for your job and your salary. Carlton Jim, Ronald Silversmith, Boo Nygren, delegates, you that gets SSI, you motherfuckers that gets EBT, you motherfuckers that are out there just partying on this shit. This is what got you that fucking free money. Hadish and Shindanish. Where did you work at? Show me your fucking check stub. Motherfuckers. Right here. I'm paying your fucking wages, motherfuckers. Can you handle any more truth? Can you? Right there. People of the state of New York, Inc., Duns and Bradstreet number versus NI. They want to spell it correctly right here. Look. All of a sudden, everybody's spelling my name correctly, small letters and everything on this date. September 20, 2016. We're at 2026, motherfuckers. Wake up. It's not my fault that you guys listen to Jay Nez, Myron Lizer, and all those kind of fucking idiots. Court was called to order by on Jerome J. Richards on Tuesday, September 20, 2016 at 11:52 a.m. The court, you can speak in your native tongue, sir, but you understand that the court stenographer won't be getting it down because she doesn't know your language. I say, oh, okay, so this is the matter of the people of the state of New York against Nene, also known as N-I-I, defendant, N-I-I-N-E-E. I spell it all out, the stops too. The court, N-I-I-N-E-E, and he puts the AKA, so right here is the fraud again. Also known as Emerson Joe, also known as Joe Emerson. These are all the fraud parts, so these guys all got charged for fraud upon the court for making aliases up. So the defendant was here on August 10th, at which time the court inquired whether he wanted an attorney and whether he was interested in waiving extradition to be returned to the state of New Mexico. And he declined both offers. So I'll ask you again this morning, sir, do you want an attorney? The defendant, me. I said, good morning. Sir, I go by the name of Nene only, with the date of birth 4474. I see this warrant is made to a NIINEE with capital letters. Date of birth 7/11/73. Also attached with a Sesti Key V trust account number. Social Security number. That is not mine. I do not use this name in capital letters, and I do not use this Social Security number, slave surveillance number, or also known as this SETI Key V trust account number. I challenge the jurisdiction of what is taking place here. I'm not a corporate fictitious entity. I am the living, and I again mandate the court to dismiss all charges and release me on my own recognizance. I'm being held against my will with this account number being used against me. I'm an international diplomat for the Dinan, the Lakota Sioux Nations. I was here on diplomatic mission helping the tribe Mohawk. And I'm currently waiting for the case to complete in Bombay Town Court, where they have not shown any jurisdiction to date, meaning how do you have the rule of law over a true sovereign when there is the Supremacy Clause, Article 6, Section 2 in place, Treaties are the supreme law of the land. I ask that the court recognize the Constitution for the United States of America and honor the Constitution that was adopted when they were allowed to come onto Turtle Island, 1600. Silver Covenant chain was thrown out for the foreigners to come out. By 1612, there's the Turo Wampum Treaty in place. Turo Wampum Treaty. So it is still in effect, for it is as long as the sun shines, the grass grows, the river flows. Turo Wampum Treaty. I fall under the clan laws, tribal laws, chiefs, headmen, clan mothers. Well, the defendant. Since today, this district attorney, Pasqua, Fish, Nimrod, Barr, has not provided no case, no nothing to the legal instrument admissible into any court, Bombay or here, to show me how this court has jurisdiction only by this fictitious number that does not belong to me. It belongs to the government. This social security number does not belong to me. Well, what is your date of birth? 4474. And I have here, and my name is spelled with little letters. I have documents here. Well, just a second now. I have here could you show him this right here? I give it to the bailiff. The court says a July 4, 2014 mugshot image. Yes. And it's indicating that, and he says, indicating that your date of birth is 4474. The defendant, yes, it is right here. I have documents from the state of New York, Department of State here also verifying my diplomat status. I have more documentation, but if you could give it back, give it to him to look over. It does not match up with your warrant or whoever they alleged to be accused from the state of New Mexico. I entered those into the court's record on August 10th also. Right, I recall that. Do you want me to give those back to you? Well, you can take a copy of it, and if you already still have the other one, keep it. I still have the other copy. Okay, so I would like that to be on the record. Here's the problem, okay? This is their big roll of the dice right here. This is the judge, Dishonorable Richards. Malone with that other pedophile over there. Here's the problem, okay? I have a fingerprint identification card here which identifies you. So the information on that card relates to a date of birth of July 11th, 73. And the social security number, the number that you have talked about. So that information was taken from you when you got arrested and your fingerprints were attached to this card. Yes, I understand. So here is where we stand. I'm going to have the district attorney's office notify the state of New Mexico to come and get you now. Now, Mr. Me, I say, the thing is, says, just a second, Mr. Pasqua. Yes, Your Honor. The court, are you prepared to allow the defendant to be returned to the state of New Mexico? Yes, Your Honor. The court, are you prepared to allow the defendant to be returned to the state of New Mexico? Yes, we are, Your Honor. Despite the charges pending against him here? Yes. The court. So, I'm assuming that you're going to move to dismiss those charges. The court's saying this to the fish. Hey, Jesuit fish, Nimrod. This judge is ordering him to say this. Despite the charges pending against him here, he tells him, say yes. And so I'm assuming that you're going to move to dismiss those charges. Mr. Pasqua, Fish, yes, Your Honor. And me, on what grounds dismiss? On what grounds dismiss? For lack of jurisdiction. That is the only way I'll complete this case. It's got to be dismissed for lack of jurisdiction. He, the Fish, Pasqua, has not provided no jurisdiction. The court, hold on, it doesn't matter. Why? That's their choice. Bullshit. You couldn't fucking prove jurisdiction. So this is a judge saying this shit. So this is how BJ Little, TJ Linville, Bichego, all of you fucking judges, from New York to Cali to Oregon to New Mexico to Montana, all of you fucking judges are crooked as fuck and should all be hung. Hold on, it doesn't matter why. That's their choice. Why? Okay, I appeal it right now. I say the defendant says, okay, I appeal it then. I appeal if you're just going to dismiss it for whatever. And then here the court says, hold on a second again. You didn't let me finish. He bitches out. The dismissal will be entered by the judge, Town of Bombay. Mr. Pasqua, yes, Your Honor. So they always send it back to where the shit started. Which clerk started the bid bonds? At Bombay Town Court and St. Regis Mohawk Tribe, Matthew Rourke. Mr. Pasqua, yes, Your Honor. The court in the town of Bombay, okay, so you can appeal his decision. Actually, you can't appeal his decision. And I say, yes, I know. Because there's no grounds for appeal on that basis. Because the decision is in your favor. You don't have a right to appeal. The defendant, that's not correct, motherfucker, sir. I have already done that in other courtrooms, you dumb shit, where I was. This is not my first rodeo. That's not correct, motherfucker, sir. I have already done this in other courtrooms where the case is dismissed with prejudice or without prejudice. Okay, right there, motherfuckers. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. I call out your soul in payment from the head, motherfuckers. You want to go against the great law of peace? Here's your judge, New York Jesuit order. It will be dismissed with prejudice. Answer me, motherfucker. And that's when he's saying this again. By that time, I know I'm over him. I'm the living head man under my clan mother authority. Astan Nazir. The court. That is my understanding. It's got to be dismissed with prejudice. Motherfuckers, read that out loud. September 20th, 2016, on today's date, 15th of September, 2025. I read it, a transcript. Right there is my fucking name. Judge, bitch-ass Jesuit, black robe, dishonorable Richards, Malone Court, Franklin County, New York. That is my understanding. It's got to be dismissed with prejudice. That means you can't be doing this kind of shit, trying me on different names, trying to get the social security number on me. Do you hear me, Navajo County? Do you hear me? Cali, Oregon, Navajo, Scout. And I still come and help you. That is my understanding. It's got to be dismissed with prejudice. Yes, Your Honor. Pasqua, the fish, said that. Back to the judge. So I have here the governor's warrant. Did you get copies of the governor's warrant? No, I did not. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remand you to the custody of the sheriff. So he fucked up right here. I still have to get these people some more shit because I should have walked out of the jail and never ever went to jail again. This is with prejudice case right there. So all I did is take this paperwork down to New Mexico in a white van for 6 fucking days right through Cannonball, South Dakota, while you are all standing up over there. I was fighting right here with you. Oyate. They didn't want me there with you at the front lines. The living supersedes the entity. The living is over the entity. So did you get copies of the governor's warrant, Susana Martinez? No, I did not. All right. So what I'm going to do is going to remand you to the custody of the sheriff, and I'm going to tickle this. You see that right here? Pervert, pedophiles. To tickle this out for 30 days to allow New Mexico to come and get you, and I'll provide you with the copies of these documents. To defend it, well, it should have been today, sir. I've been here already 60 days. No, that's not how it works. And I want to put on the record, man, that those fingerprints are attached to the SETI Kiwi trust account. The social security belongs to that name and number I have relinquished, and I recalled all of my fingerprints back to myself as the living. I have put notice in that I am alive here. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Notice to the principal is notice to the agent. Notice to the agent is notice to the principal. I am the living. I mandate the people to distance this case. Dismiss me, dismiss the charges, and release me. Send this to New Mexico Governor Martinez. I do not participate in any franchise courts. I'm not under British rule. I'm not in Rome. I'm not under Corpus Juris Secundum. I fall under Casus Omises. The true law belongs to the Great Spirit. I would add that I would like this full hearings from August 10th and also to date a full transcript of this. Well, there's a way you can do that, and I can't give you advice on how to do that. I tried to get some form here, but there's a lot of limitations at the jail facility for law library access, legal access to the courts. So I can't have legal access the way I need to get forms. If you have a form, I would like to get one from your court clerk here. Here's what I can tell you. You need to file an application. Well, if you have asked for counsel and fill out a form to show that you are indigent and couldn't afford counsel and then applied for a poor person, I did. I gave you all those forms. So all of this is now just some bullshit right here. I read you the main parts up to page right here, page 8, 7, 8. The judge there says dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. That means none of you are supposed to try and get jurisdiction on me in any of these type of cases. I'm walking in peace. I carried a 2-row that I confiscated through this court case right here. So I'm asking for some forms because they want to fuck me around while they're holding me for New Mexico. And then I say I have the application. You have these documents there with you. You have this. I would like a copy of all the bid bonds right here. I said it even back then. Look, right there, everybody. I would like copy of all the bid bonds, performance bonds, payment bonds that you made out on me on this social security number, slave surveillance number. It's my evidence so I can file a federal claim, a federal lawsuit. I've informed the sheriff and I informed the undersheriff there at the Franklin County Jail that I have a poor man paperwork and they wouldn't give me legal access to call the Supreme Court or we wouldn't be here today. Now people are soliciting more services off of that SETI TV trust account, that social security number that does not belong to me. Do you have the full case of what took place at Bombay Town Court from my appeals all the way through? Because here it is. The court. He's not going to talk to you, so I'm talking to this fucking fish. He's dead entity. It's over. I would like to get a copy of all of that, everything that you got from Bombay. Mr. Nene. Now he's calling me Mr. Nene. You submitted a pro person application that deals with divorce actions. Well, I divorced. Now that's the one that was made for the case to go into process. I have it right here, and it's a divorce action. I didn't mark divorce. That's the only form that they had, sir. It's not for divorce. Yes, you're correct. It says divorce. You're correct, but that's the only paper they have for the type of matter, and it's not the right form. That's the one from the court clerk. In any case, I divorced myself from the United States from the corporation 100009. I divorced from all corporate fictions. Motherfuckers, I am the living. Motherfuckers, get that through your fucking head. I am the living. We are not the same. We are not the same. I don't even know why I'm here. I am the living. You're the corporation. The defendant's remanded without bail until the state of New Mexico comes to pick him up. Does the jail have a copy of the governor's warrant? No, I would like a copy of the governor's warrant. You have it right there. I believe the original. I'm going to mail it and he will get a copy. Give me one of those copies back. Okay, I'll just adjourn this for 30 days. If New Mexico hasn't come to take custody of the defendant, we'll have him brought back and we'll find out why. So then you still want to hold me again after that process, 30 days again. Yes, sir. On a fictitious number. Yes, sir. On a fictitious name that does not belong to me. Okay, we're all set. We're all not like and kind. You are the corporation. I am the living. 12:07, high noon. Now, if anybody wants a copy of this to take to the bank, it's up to you. I don't know who all has this kind of passport out there anymore. But there it is, the court. That is my understanding. It's got to be dismissed with prejudice. The fish says, yes, Your Honor. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All rise, all rise. Citizen Baina, journalistly. Take some pictures, whoever's watching. This is a world precedent case, and you guys are behind schedule if you don't know about what happened here. That this case resulted in 27 charges of genocide right here in New York, Albany. The United Nations, James Anaya, he knows about these IDs and passports. The United Nations knows about this. I make complaints against you judges right here for the shit you guys do. Right here, Lopez cartel, I remind you. Right here, see your Lopez name, cartel, Jesuit order. That said that you verified. You verified over there that this is Nene. I have these certificates for the Navajo Nation and other all across Turtle Island that's authenticated documents supports my status as a living man, and you guys all challenge me. You all challenge me right here. So this is the recent case that came all the way to Navajo County right here. The case was finished when they started it, but they think that they can overpower you. This is the question that went into to the Court of Appeals. This is what happened where what we were just talking about. This is what the judge dismissed all of this. The main charge is that passport right here. I'm gonna show it to you all that it looks like this. So if you're a cop and you pull me over like this and this is all I have, for 3 years. Look at my born date. You change my name right there, minus one I, and it's all in capital letters. Only an entity can challenge an entity, so they know this game. And they chose to capitalize my name, change it, and everything. Look, that's how you spell my name right there. It's not like that in capital letters. And there's a diplomat number on here. Go do your homework before you come at me, any of you. You don't know these things right here. Only trained to know what you know today. You don't understand international law or probably even the United States Constitution. You joined your enemy. But this is what means diplomatic immunity right here. Means I'm carrying around some peace instruments, and I had to still deal with up there. I don't I don't I don't just have a free range. But there's my they accuse you of all kinds of shit all the time. Me, because I've had these and I have that in the past before. This was a military operation. It's called. They don't these Iroquois, this tribe called Saint Regis Mohawk tribe, are not upholding the Turo Wampum Treaty Belt of Peace. So they and even the Lakota knows these guys were supposed to be upholding peace, like Lakotas are upholding the white buffalo calf peace pipe. So today, yeah, we just hold Tahnare Bikawajon, and we lost most of our way now. So I had to go with the Oyate, Lakota, with the chin in Chle, Tani Bush's chin. This is Thunder Nada should say. This is the Nada should nulla. The Nan Chle. Ho, it's not sleep. Hokahe. Hopo, 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 hopo.